I can't really see the camera, so I hope you can see the cards. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Kind of feeling like somebody has landed on a decision. As if they had some options, not so much about their movement, but about what or where they want to invest. It's like it was up in the air. And it's like, even if they were to invest in multiple things, it's like only one at a time, or a feeling of trying to prioritize what's going to come first in their life and what they need to put their focus in on right now in this moment. And things recently have been up in the air, I feel like. As a feeling of being torn, of having multiple things that you're trying to put your energy into. And while you may value these multiple things for different reasons and have intention with these multiple things, it's like, I don't know. It just feels like somebody's torn. I don't know if it's time, if it's energy, if it's mental focus, or whatever it is. If it's them actually being in a location, a specific location, and these two things are in two different places. I don't know what it is, but somebody is having to make a choice and a decision. And it feels like they have decided what they want to invest in, where they are physically going to reside, or how otherwise their energy is going to be spent and where it's going to be applied to. It's not to say that something else or other goals are off of the table. It's just that they're going to take a back seat to this right now for the moment. Eight of Wands in the reverse. But somebody is not saying something. They're not mentioning it. It's like they've already come to some kind of conclusion, but they're not saying it. It's almost kind of like somebody who wants to make, I'm not saying they want to make an announcement, but you know how when people want to make an announcement, they keep it hush hush from everybody else and kind of dedicate a special time to mention it, to announce it. And I don't know if that's something that they plan or have going on. And for some people, it could be, because I saw the Four of Wands down there, it could be like they know, like I said, where they're going to reside. Like it's in regards to a home. Or for some people, it's not the right word, but where I said home, I also kind of want to say corporation. And so for some people, this could be a physical home. For others, this could be like an investment work with people that you're rubbing elbows with and networking with and have long-term long-term mutual goals that you strive to build and get to as a team. Like I don't know if this is a corporation or some kind of group or organization, but it's going to be like a long-standing structure that is foundational for others. It's foundational for others, but headed up by a couple of people, a couple or a few people, a small group of people. But I really feel like two people who put their minds together and their energy and effort to accomplish this thing. And that could be really a long-term goal. Like, it could be starting off as, I have decided that I'm going to reside somewhere for a period of time, or I'm going to reside somewhere permanently or whatever, long term. But it's somebody who's made a choice and a decision, and they are prioritizing the steps because you can only do one thing at a time and over time. And it's like right now, they may have to initially do something else other than what is their long-term goal. And it's almost like a side quest where they have to go and do this first thing first because it pertains to the greater picture or the mission or some kind of agenda, almost as if they have to go and do one thing first because that's going to be where they come across the person who they are going to work in partnership with for this other, like, long-term goal. But with the moon card, there are aspects of it that you are left out in the dark on, or this person is keeping hush hush or secret. We have the Lovers in the reverse and the Empress. It's almost like they already know that. It's almost like they already know that you are the I don't know what it, I don't know, co-founder, co-partner, co-owner. They already know that you're supposed to be helping them with something or whatever this is. And I don't want to say helping, but I want to say working in tandem. It's like they already know, but there's a choice and a decision that has to be made. And it is either in regards to that Empress figure, which would be you, or it's a decision that this Empress has to make about, I feel like it's a crossroads about where they want to go and where they want to take themselves and how they want to align. We have the Two of Cups in the reverse, and it feels like these people are at an impasse, and that there are some things that they don't see eye to eye on. But nonetheless, despite this, how I say in tandem, it just makes me feel like just because these two people disagree on some things or don't see everything eye to eye, it doesn't mean that that's not a strength. It sounds like something that's very well-rounded, right? And if they were to actually join forces, then it's almost like nothing can get by me. And I don't know why this is coming up as a reference, but it feels like like when a police officer gets is or a detective, we'll say detective, like whenever a detective is investigating a crime, or they get this initial lead, or there's this initial theory, and they feel very strongly about it. But then there could be this other grassroots conspiracy, rumors flying around on the internet that is something completely different. So the other person is the detective and you're the grassroots movement. And it's like the detective is seeing it only their one way, and it keeps them from, like, for instance, like detectives that won't use psychic investigators. I don't know why this is going all off like this, but detectives that use won't use psychic investigators because they don't believe in it or whatever, which that's their right. But a tool is a tool at the end of the day, and if you use a tool and it aligns with the data, then it's probably, you know, beneficial, at least to set you off in a direction or to keep you from taking too many time delaying detours off of things that aren't going to get you anywhere. But it's like, so like I'm saying, the detective, it's not doing them any good just because you guys have your completely different sets of beliefs. Uh, it's not going to do you any good to not incorporate what somebody else has going on, because you could be missing a lot there. You could be missing a lot. Like, the detective's whole case can fall flat just because they looked too long at routes that led to nowhere, or because they didn't want to look at some evidence because of a personal bias or feeling that they have towards a different perspective. Just because somebody has a different perspective doesn't mean that it's wrong. Just because you have your perspective doesn't mean that you're wrong. But we can put these things together and get some shit done and get some shit accomplished. And it feels like getting some shit done and getting some shit accomplished, which is why this structure in the future or long term is being co-founded. Wow, that's a lot. We get the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't know if this person has tried to initiate has tried to initiate this endeavor or take off before. Like, I don't know what they call it whenever a launch. Like, I don't know if they've tried to launch this before. And maybe, over a period when you've never done something before. I don't know why I'm hearing this, but I'm going to say this too. Like, when you've never started a cult before, how are you supposed, there's no manual or handbook. So, it's like the first few times we're learning lessons and we're sharpening and shaping it up now or whatever. But it's like, definitely this person has suffered losses in regards to, I don't know, like people that they trusted, or having had things stolen from them that was meant for, other plans and what and such and whatnot. If this person is hard-headed and they've repeated their own lessons too, on purpose, and I mean, not on purpose. Yeah, on purpose. It's like they chose to, they knew better, but they did it. And that's another thing too, that's where you could come in also, is it's not that this person is not unwilling to be taught. Like, they're open to learning. And I feel like they are open to learning because a hard head makes a soft ass, basically. Like, you get your ass kicked whenever you just keep doing the same shit over and over. And they're wise enough to know that if you ever feel like there's nothing you can learn from anybody or anything, then you're probably in a spot where you do need to grow a little bit. I don't know how many minutes I'm in, but yeah, this person, King of Wands, they have a plan. This is a man with a plan, or a woman with a plan, however it fits for your situation. This is somebody who has a plan. They're action oriented. They're the kind of person that's going to develop the game plan or the play strategically, and then line up all of the shots to take the action. And it's like they need somebody who can balance them in an oppositional way. Like, for instance, whenever you tighten the bolts on your tire after you change your tire, you don't go around and do each bolt consecutively. You do one, and then you do the one directly across from it, the opposite. The opposition of it is what creates the balance. But they also still are just as focused towards the same type of agenda or belief or driving force within them to overcome or conquer some kind of greater or larger adversary. It's like when people are talking about voting and they say voting for the lesser of two evils. And it's like these two people, despite their differences, are going to come together to overcome something or defeat something, conquer something that is looming and bigger than just them or the opposing beliefs that they have about each other. It's bigger than these people. It affects other people. And so it's like we need to, with our powers combined, we're the Planeteers. You can be one too. 'Cause saving our planet is the thing to do. Looting and polluting is not the way. Here's what Captain Planet has to say. The power is yours. I'm just saying. So expect something like that is going on in the background for somebody that's going to resonate for somebody. I'm getting off here. Bye.